Good afternoon. It's Kelwin Hagan here with the Agape Noon Meditation. It is my joy to be able to take a little bit of a break from the work I'm doing, to come out here and be with us here in the stillness. I love it, I love it, I love it. I get to be here. And you know what I love is every time I get on this meditation in the middle of my work day, and I might be in my truck or I might be in the backyard of a customer's house or wherever it is, I feel so blessed that I'm able to take that time to slow down and take a little bit of time off. And I don't just do that on the days I have to do a meditation. I'll just take a break in my day and I'll come breathe a little bit, take some time. Sometimes it's for a few minutes, sometimes 5 minutes, sometimes it's for up to a half hour. I'll take a break. Sometimes it's just stopping and taking my 3 breaths just to come back to start my new beginning all over again. Because anytime I want, I can come back to right now. So, welcome. I'm Kelwin Hagan. So good to have you here. I'm going to watch in as different folks are coming on in. Feels good. Hi, Deborah. Hello, Sharon. We got San Francisco and New York. First 2 comments. Totally opposite sides of this wonderful nation. Hi, Marvin. Yeah, I like this. And I love the fact that I get to share this, and when I meditate in my car or wherever I am like that, for me it's a wonderful example of that there is no I don't have time, or I can't get to my quiet space. It's not about quiet, it's about just being still. Hi, Libby. Hi, CJ. So let's take a minute and just come on back to our new beginning right now with a little easy peasy threesy. Here we go. Oh, that feels so good. Hello, Yvonne. Hello, Reverend Kathleen. My friend, so good to see you here. Kathleen is a reverend and a practitioner, and is my partner in good at Agape when we set up the table in the lobby to introduce people to what a practitioner is and what we do, and other questions. Hello, Dorothy. Hi, Sally. Hello, Cynthia. So nice to have all these folks getting on here. I see we got about 14 on here now. I'm going to give it another minute. And I picked a read, and I have not read this yet, not anytime recently, so I'm not sure, but it just seemed appropriate. Hello, Beth. Nice to have you back. Narissa. Utah. Medical rehab. Yes. Knowing that where you are, God is, Beth. You are the perfect being. Perfect God, perfect being, perfect Beth. Perfect each one of us. Our imperfect perfection just shining through. Knowing that the perfect healing is taking place right now in your life, Beth. Thank you for joining us again. I know you were here for prayer this morning as well. Yes, Narissa, it is nice to be able to take time out of my day for a little time in the stillness. Hi, Destiny. I love this space, too. And this space is wherever I happen to be, right here, right now. Back at my beginning. I love that. Love it. Okay, so we're at 20 people, so I'm going to go ahead and get started with my reading. And I'm reading from The Pocket Thich Nhat Hanh, which a lot of y'all know is my to-go book that's always in my truck. And I'm reading on page 90 from a spot called Seeds. And it's actually two full pages. So it's a little bit of a read. And then we'll take a little time in the stillness after we plant a few seeds here, okay? So, seeds. The purpose of meditation is to look at something deeply and see its roots. Whatever kind of action we take, if we look deeply into it, we'll be able to recognize the seed of that action. That seed may come from our ancestors. Whatever action we take, our ancestors are taking it at the same time with us. So father, grandfather, and great-grandfather are doing it with you. Mother, grandmother, and great-grandmother are doing it with you. Our ancestors are there in every cell of our body. There are seeds that are planted during our lifetime, but there are also seeds that were planted before we manifested in this body. Sometimes we act without intention, but that is also action. Habit action is pushing us. It pushes us to do things without our being aware. Sometimes we do something without knowing we're doing it. Even when we don't want to do something, we still do it. Even when we don't want to, we still do it. Sometimes we say, I didn't want to do it, but it's stronger than me. It pushed me. So that's a seed, a habit energy that may have come from many generations in the past. We have inherited a lot. With mindfulness, we can become aware of the habit energy that has been passed down to us. We might see that our parents or grandparents were also very weak in ways similar to us. We can be aware without judgment that our negative habits come from these ancestral roots. We can smile at our shortcomings, at our habit energy. With all awareness, we have a choice. We can act another way. We can end the cycle of suffering right now. Perhaps in the past we've noticed ourselves doing something unintentional, something we may have inherited, and we've blamed ourselves. We saw ourselves as an individual, isolated self, full of shortcomings. But with awareness, we can begin to transform and let go of these habit energies. With the practice of mindfulness, we recognize that a habitual action has taken place. This is the first awareness that mindfulness brings. Then if we're interested, mindfulness and concentration will help us look and find the roots of our action. That action may have been inspired by something that happened yesterday, or it may be 300 years old and have its roots in one of our ancestors. Once we become aware of our actions, we can decide whether or not something is beneficial. If it's not, we can decide not to repeat that action. If we're aware of the habit energies in us and can become more intentional, if we're aware of the habit energies in us and can become more intentional in our thoughts, speech and actions, then we can transform not only ourselves, but also our ancestors who planted the seeds. We're practicing for all our ancestors and descendants, not just for ourselves. We're practicing for the whole world. When we're able to smile at a provocation, we can be aware of our ability, appreciate it, and continue in this way. If we're able to do that, it means our ancestors are also able to smile at what is provoking them. If one person keeps calm and smiles at a provocation, the whole world will have a better chance for peace. The key is to be aware of what our ancestors are. Our mindfulness will help us understanding where our actions are coming from. See, and we don't just get things that are bad habits from our ancestors. We also receive strength, not just weakness, from our ancestors and from the ancestors that we've been in our own lives to ourselves as we go back in the many years that we've been on this planet. So what seeds have been planted during the time we've been alive and from before that? And what seeds do we want to change in ourselves so that we can change them in everything around us? Because our perception, where that seed grew from, the little lies we tell ourselves about who we are and what we are and why we are, these are the seeds that are planted, that are waiting to sprout. We can choose whether or not we're going to water them. Right? The purpose of meditation is to look at something deeply and see its roots. So today, let's go into the stillness. Pay attention to whose and who we are right here, right now. Is there any seed that is growing or trying to grow in your life right here, right now, that you would like to see shift? What seeds have I planted that I don't want to water? Because I don't really want it to grow. So I got to water the other seeds. I got to talk about what is great about me. So what is great about you? What is great about what's in your life? What are you grateful for that it's in your life? What do you love? What do you want to see in your now tomorrow? What do you want to see in your now right now? So let's take that time now. Let's go into the stillness. We'll start with 3 good, full, deep, beautiful breaths. And then we'll just flow into the stillness and know that we get to choose. Here I am, back at my beginning. Right here, right now, in my body. With each breath. Back to my breath. Conscious of each breath. As my thoughts drift a little bit, I come back to this now moment, right here, right now. Back to my breath. Back to my body. Feeling each breath as it goes in, goes out. Okay. So let's remember that a weed is just a seed that was planted in a place that is not serving us, that we don't want it there. So as we look, it doesn't matter who planted that seed, whether it was a seed planted by one of our ancestors, whether it was a seed planted by somebody else in our lives now, or whether it was a seed planted by ourselves. It's up to us how we tend that seed. What seeds are we tending? What weeds do we continue to water and feed? So as we move out of this time in the stillness into the rest of the day, knowing that we can take the stillness with us and stop anytime we want and take some conscious breaths and come right back to a new beginning of ourselves. Knowing this, I move forward in my day being consciously aware of the things that are growing in my life, and constantly and consciously aware of how I am feeding and watering them. Join me in this. I am grateful. I'm grateful to be here today. Grateful for this beautiful day. Grateful for the abundance in my life. Grateful for all the love I feel in my life from all the people that pass through it on a day-to-day basis. Grateful for all of this, knowing that all of this is just the one thing, the life of God. That's right. Life-lifing. That's all there is. It is the one divine thing that exists everywhere as everything, and it is always working for me. Yes, everything, always, and always. Yep, that's what the world is. That's what the universe is. That's what I am. I am the I am of all things. You are the you are. You are the I am of all things. We are the I am. And we get to choose where we grow and how we grow. So today, I honor my ancestors by being aware of who and whose they are in my life, being aware of what seeds they've planted in my life that I want to thrive, and what seeds they planted in my life that I want to remove, dig up. What weeds do I want gone? Today I concentrate on this and pay attention to the things that are growing in my life and how they benefit me or don't. I invite you to do the same. Let's look at the seeds that we have in our life. Let's look at the plants that are growing. Which ones are feeding us and which are weeds we need to pull out. Knowing that it's my choice as a living, breathing being inside the one life of God in what direction I go. I give thanks for this. I give thanks for this time in the stillness, and knowing that I can come right back into the stillness anytime I want. And then I let it go. I let it all go into the big life, the big love, the big yes. And so it is. Amen. Namaste. The divine in me recognizes and appreciates the divine in you. Thank you. And I love you all. And again, this is Kelwin Hagan. You can look me up on Facebook. I'm right here. I'm easy to find, easy to get in touch with. And please go to agapelive.com. Reverend Michael's got another class coming up that's, it's going to be a great one, just like they all are. Come join in it. If you live anywhere near LA, come show up at Agape. If you're not right near LA, show up somewhere else. Show up. Get out there in person. Feel the love. Just know this. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you for being here and being a part of my life.